Your friendly neighborhood YouTuber is rated PG-13. Parental advisory, explicit content. Viewer discretion is advised. Hey, what's up everyone? It's your friendly neighborhood YouTuber. Alright guys, so we're going to do something a little bit different today. So today, we're going to do a little thing called changing perspectives. So as toy collectors, we buy a lot of action figures all the freaking time. You know, people are always constantly reviewing new action figures. As you guys know, I collect new and I collect retro vintage figures. So I figured today we would take a look at some of the figures that kind of changed my perspective on certain toy companies. So we're going to be taking a look at Marvel, Legends, Hasbro, Diamond Select, NECA, Toy Biz, McFarlane, etc. And I'm gonna show you I'm gonna show you guys some of my favorite figures in my collection. I'm gonna explain to you why they're some of my favorites, and also I'm gonna explain to you guys why they became my favorites and why this figure changed my perspective on this toy line. So before we get started, guys, let me know in the comment section, what is your favorite figure? What was the figure that you bought that changed your mind on this toy company, and why? So let's go ahead and get started, guys. I'll explain to you the video coming up with every figure that we take a look at. So sit back, relax, grab a cup of coffee, some tea, beer, cocaine, whatever you prefer, and let's look at some of these figures, and hope you guys enjoy this video. Thanks. Hey, what's going on everyone? It's your friendly neighborhood YouTuber, guys. Alright, so today we're going to take a look back at some of my favorite figs in my collection. I'm going to show you guys and explain to you guys why they are some of my favorite figs as of today. Just doing like a random video. These are not like my top favorite figs, but just some of my favorite figs. And I'll explain to you why when we take a look at some of these figs. So we have a little bit of everything. We have some Marvel Legends. We have Marvel Legends Sabertooth. We have a Clown, McFarlane. We have a Magneto, Diamond Select. We have a Stan Winston Creature, Batman. We have Bowser, Mario. We have another Spawn figure right there, Tremor, Better Ray Bill, Wolverine, and a Alien. And I'm going to explain to you guys why I really like these figures. And why they kind of changed my perspective. So let's go ahead and start right here at the beginning, right here with Sabertooth. Now, one of the main reasons why I brought this guy out is because, listen, there are some great Marvel Legends. A lot of people don't talk about this Sabertooth, but he's very sought after as far as like a Marvel Legend. You don't see him on the open market too much, and if you do, then he's usually, you know, definitely priced more than a Marvel Legend. You know, I've seen them priced for $60, $70, $80. This was a part of the Apocalypse Build-A-Figure wave. And the reason why I brought this guy out, not only because I love this Sabertooth, but this guy changed my perspective on Marvel Legends. I was a Marvel Legends hater, ladies and gentlemen. I did not like Marvel Legends. And then when Marvel Legends started producing X-Men figures, I automatically became a fan like that, bro. I was really loved what they were doing. And then after that, you know, I sold off my Toy Biz X-Men collection, and I decided to go with Hasbro. And this figure right here was one of the figures that changed my mind. It's a very simplistic figure, but yet it's a great figure. Great head sculpt. Fur is great, sculpted nicely. Listen, this is classic, you know, action figures that I used to have from my childhood, and that's why this Sabertooth is one of my favorites, man. Definitely one of my favorite Marvel Legends to date. Great figure. Could he be a little bit bigger? Yes. But he actually sizes up well with your, Marvel Legends collection. And he actually does size up well with Wolverine. So that is Sabertooth right there. That's one of the main reasons why I love this Sabertooth. Speaking of Wolverine, Marvel Legends, and Toy Biz, we have Wolverine right here. And the reason why I brought this guy in is because Marvel Legends, they just killed it with this guy, man. This is probably one of the best head sculpt likeness figures I think Marvel Legends ever did. This is spot on, man. This is Hugh Jackman come to life in 6-inch form. They did an amazing job, man. They did a really, really amazing job. Out of all the MCU, I guess you can consider this MCU figures, this Wolverine is probably one of the best. The claws are actually done really nice, man. Really great. I wish you would give these claws with, the comic book version of Wolverine. But they just did an amazing job, from the hair to the head to the face to the beard to the chest to the jacket to the claws to the torso to the pants to the boots. Could it have been a little bit better? Of course it could have. But this is Marvel Legends, man. They really, really upped the game with this one. This Wolverine is a really, really hard Marvel Legend to find, believe it or not. You don't see him on the open market too much. And you don't see him, period. If you guys didn't pick this guy up in stores, then you missed out on a really, really good Wolverine. And the one with the t-shirt, too, was really, really great. But he's definitely one of my favorite MCU figures. Could he have been a little bit taller? Yes. Yes. That's my problem with Marvel Legends, man. I wish they would make size-accurate figures, because Hugh Jackman is a tall guy, but Wolverine is a short and stocky guy. And I feel like they could have made this Wolverine just a little bit taller. With that being said, he's pretty accurate, man. Great, great figure. Speaking of size, so we're going to come here to Marvel Select Magneto. And this is by far one of my favorite Magnetos. Is it a little outdated? Yes. Is the face not all that great? Yes. But one thing that Marvel Legends has done Marvel Select has done that Marvel Legends has not done is they actually gave us a proportionate sized Magneto. And what I mean by that is, if you look at the Marvel Legends Magneto, it's so freaking short, man. And this guy is tall. I remember watching, the classic X-Men 90s cartoon, and Magneto was always a tall guy. And from what I can remember in the comic books, he was always a tall guy. He wasn't a short, stocky guy. And so when Marvel Legends came out with their Magneto, which was great, the size, he was just too short. This Magneto is fucking awesome, bro. He's the perfect size. He's lengthy, he's athletic, and he's not like short and stocky like the Marvel Legends. This Magneto still holds up. I think it rivals the Marvel Legends, even though the head sculpt is a little bit better. Maybe the paint is much cleaner. But then again, this this Diamond Select Marvel Select figure is freaking awesome. And this base, bro. Just look at this base. This is one thing I love about Diamond Select, man. Xavier right there. The building, you see it's collapsed. You see Colossus' hand coming up out of the base. You don't get this kind of stuff with Hasbro, and that's really disappointing, man. I wish Hasbro would start giving us more accessories. I don't really care too much about the interchangeable hands, but to have a base like this is just freaking awesome, bro. Just look at all the detail in there, the bricks and the piping and the concrete. The sign is just amazing, man. Amazing. And this is what you got for $20 back in the day, man. So, in my opinion, this is still one of my favorite Magnetos because he's more accurate, you know what I mean? And he's done in a more realistic way. Even though I love that Marvel Legends, I feel like he was just too freaking short. Speaking of classic Marvel figures, we go to Toy Biz, Better Ray Bill. Listen. This guy is awesome, bro. He still stands the test of time. Marvel Legends has yet to give us a classic Better Ray Bill. And this guy, I think in my opinion, he still stands the test of time, bro. Great. Probably one of the best Toy Biz figures I think ever made. The face still holds up. The body still holds up. The cape is great. It's a great rubberized cape. He has articulated fingers. He's got some great articulation for a Toy Biz figure. And even the ball joint hips, the weird ball joint hips, don't really bother me because they're pretty much disguised. Because, you know, Better Ray Bill has these crazy boots and he has these crazy proportions that you don't even mind or notice the weird, awkward ball joint hips. And he also has an articulated jaw as well. And he still holds up. He still holds the test of time. The hammer is done really nice right there. Really great detail. I think this is one of Toy Biz best figures I think they ever did. And that's why Toy Biz, this Better Ray Bill, is one of my favorites. Speaking of bases, you like Magneto, we're going to come here to one of my favorite figures, one of my favorite toy companies from iconic Stan Winston collections. This is, is it Horg? I forgot his name. But man, this guy is just exquisite. This is one of the main reasons why I started collecting a lot of these like vintage Stan Winston figures, man. Just one of my favorite figures in my entire collection, period. It's a freaking statue, but the base on it is just great. If you guys are you know, action figure collectors, and if there's one line I can definitely recommend, it's Stan Winston, man. They just don't make figures like this anymore. This is from 2001. This is over 20 years old, and this is what they were doing back in the day, bro. 20 years ago, and you see all the sculpted detail in there. You see all the freaking chains, kerosene right there. You see just all the amazing detail on this guy. He is articulated, but he is a statue. You know, he can move. His arms can, I do believe, move. Maybe not this one. His waist does swivel. His hand is articulated. But just the overall detail in this guy, I do believe his arms, yeah, his arms do move up and down. But just look at all the detail in the weapons right there, bro. They just don't make figures like this anymore. One of my favorites in my entire collection, I believe this is Horg, right there. And even the detail, and he does come off the base. The base is highly detailed right there. I love action figures with bases, even if they are just statues. Great freaking detail. Head movement. He does have head movement. Great freaking action figure. Definitely recommend it if you guys are collectors. Speaking of action figures that they don't make like that anymore, we're going to take a look at a few Spawn figures. So right here we have who was just released. We have the classic Spawn right here, clown figure from McFarlane. And let me tell you guys, this guy is an instant favorite of mine. Very overlooked action figure. If you guys are Spawn collectors like myself, just an awesome piece. He's by far one of my favorite to date. I like him just as much as all the other Spawn figures that have been released so far. Just an overall great looking piece, man. In these weapons, like I said, McFarlane did a great job with these weapons. Could they have been a little bit more detailed? Yeah, but you know, this is new McFarlane, so I'm not expecting much. Just an overall straight up masterpiece. And even if you take off the guns, he still looks freaking great. The detail, the knife, the hand, the trigger, the backpack right there. Great freaking figure, bro. I don't want to spend too much time on this guy because he is new and he has gotten a lot of shine from me and recent toy collectors as well. But just an overall great modern action figure with old school details. And if there's one, you know, Spawn figure I can definitely recommend, it's definitely this guy. McFarlane definitely kills it with his Spawn action figures, man. The detail just brings me back to, you know, when I was collecting back in the day in the 90s. Speaking of older action figures, Spawn, McFarlane action figures, this guy right here, he's definitely one of my favorite. He's not my favorite, but he's definitely one of my favorites. He is an articulated statue. Essentially, he is just kind of a statue, but the detail in this guy is just amazing, bro. This is Trimmer right here. I believe he is from 2001. But look at the face, bro. The face and the detail. He is like heavy, solid piece of resin. You can twist his head any which way you want to. And this is one of my favorite figures, one of my favorite characters growing up. And McFarlane did an amazing job. He created this base right here, this rocky base to actually help him stand a little bit more. He's kind of off balanced. You have to place him at like a high level to where you can see him looking downwards, because if you were to place him like this, you just see his back. Speaking of his back is just amazing, man. The detail in this guy is done really, really great. If you guys are into collecting statues, or like mini statues, or statues in the 6-inch form, this guy is awesome, bro. The back to this guy is just done so brilliantly. There's the chest right there. The face, the pose, how this guy looks is just amazing, bro. This is one of my least favorite errors from McFarlane, because he was going into statue territory around this time, which I didn't really care too much for. I believe this was from 2001, 2003, 4 period. But overall, it's just a great, great piece, and very, very overlooked and underrated. Speaking of detail, we're going to come over here to Alien, Snake Alien. And one of the main reasons why I brought this guy out, because he doesn't get that much shine. He is very different, very unique. There's really nothing quite like him in your collection, bro. And I like his articulated, whatever you call these here, it's his tentacles, his weapons. He's got articulated jaw right here, which just pops out. I haven't played with this figure in a while. You know, usually, you know, as toy collectors, when you buy figures, you know, you put them on your shelf to go with the rest of your figures. And so, you know, and that's kind of the end to it, you know, and we don't really take time out to appreciate some of the stuff that's being put out there. But the back, it's just done really, really great, man. And it is articulated. He's an articulated a snake alien. You can bend him any which way. Just look at the detail, bro. Look at the spine right here. It's a very, very unique looking alien, man. And if there's one figure I can recommend that's very unique and very different, it's this guy. And yes, he's based on the Kenner, I guess, tribute, if that's what you want to call it, figure that they used to have back in the day, which I never had back in the day, but I have the NECA version, and NECA just did an amazing job. It's a very simplistic alien, but damn it, he looks so great, man. So awesome. If you guys are looking for like unique alien figures, I definitely recommend this guy, man. Or if you guys just like creepy cool stuff like myself, I definitely recommend this figure. All right, we're going to go from Alien to Batman. So, Batman, this guy, you know, when I first got him, I really didn't care too much for him. I bought him just simply based on like an impulse buy. And I you know, it took me a while to actually appreciate this Batman. And if you guys saw like previous videos that I did, I went back and I bought the gray and black version. And yeah, that one just kind of changed my mind as well. And I have to admit, you know, when McFarlane was kicking out these figures in the beginning, I really wasn't a fan. I really wasn't a fan of these Batman. I bought them. I liked them. At the same time, I didn't like them. You know what I mean? But over time, this Batman has grown on me. Just great. He's just a great overall figure, man. Great articulated Batman. He looks freaking great. The blue and gray and yellow just gets me every time. The cape is actually done very nicely. I know a lot of you guys are not fans of rubber capes and plastic capes, but this cape I don't really freaking mind. This Batman kind of reminds me of the new Batman that was just released, the McFarlane Batman, Target exclusive or Walmart exclusive. That's very hard to find and it's very expensive. But if you guys are looking for like an alternative to that, this guy is right up your alley. No pun intended. You don't want to see Batman down the dark alley. But yeah, I love this Batman. Definitely recommend it if you guys are McFarlane collectors, if you guys are Batman collectors, or if you're just overall collectors in general. I don't think you guys will be disappointed in this Batman. And he's a hard figure to find as well, too. So, but if you can find this guy, I would say pick him up. There's my McFarlane Batman right there. And then finally, we're going to come to this guy right here, Mario. I'm a big Mario fan. Like you guys, maybe you guys have grown up on Mario like myself. This is from Jazzwares, I believe. And I really love this Mario lineup. I love, you know, when Jazzwares gives us something good. I do believe he came with a Mario, but the back is done nicely. You know, it just takes me back to my childhood playing, you know, Super Mario. The spikes are done nicely. He's a very simplistic figure, but damn it, he's just done great. Look at him, man. How can you not like this guy? If you're fans of Mario, you guys need to step up your Mario collection in your game. You just did. Jazzwares did an amazing job with this figure, man. I like fun, cool stuff as much as I like, you know, cool, creepy stuff. And Jazzwares did an amazing job with this figure, man. Just a great, great overall figure. Definitely recommend it. If you guys can find it, it came out, I don't know, several years ago with Mario. It has become another hard figure to find. I think a lot of these figures that I showed you guys are hard figures to find, maybe with the exception of the clown right there. But if there's one figure I can definitely recommend if you guys want to get into collecting Mario, it's definitely this guy right here, Bowser. Alright guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully it wasn't too damn long. I see the almost 19-minute mark. So, let me know your thoughts in the comment section, guys. What are your favorite figures, you know, that in your collection that you may take for granted? Maybe some figures that, you know, have changed your perspective as far as like collecting action figures, you know, that changed your mind. These are some of the figures that kind of changed my mind as far as like collecting, you know, certain lines and having a appreciation for what they do and some of the great figures that they put out. All right, guys, I just want to thank you guys for watching in. I will catch you in the next review. I just want to thank you guys for watching. Leave your thoughts in the comments section. Like, comment, share, subscribe, you know, all that great stuff. I just want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you in the next review. Peace out.